the flag bearership of the new Patriotic Party, Dr. Bryan Acheampong. You're welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm happy to see you.
You look very, very, very busy. It's difficult to see you.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah, busy all over the place. How is it going?
It's going very well. I'm on the ground, covered a lot of miles, 200 and almost 220 constituencies.
Wow.
I've been in touch with 200,000 of the 209,000 delegates, and it's quite exhausting.
And this is within what period?
In the last 4.5 months.
4.5 months?
Yes.
It must be back to back.
Yes. I mean, I try and do 4, 5 constituencies a day. At the same time, you are receiving visitors. I got to a point I was meeting 1,000 people at Rock City in the morning, and then I head out to do 4 constituencies. I come do 1,000, go and do 4 constituencies. So it's been very difficult for me in the last.
Where is your launch pad? So do you operate from Eastern region or from Accra? So that where do you regularly start from and go and return?
You know, when you are doing a constituency, you go and base in the constituency.
Okay.
So when you are doing a region,
okay,
you go and set up camp in the region. But when I was doing Eastern Ashanti, Greater Accra, I was also receiving a lot of visitors from the north, the northern parts of Ghana. Mm-hmm. So I'll go to Accra, do 4 constituencies, go and drive and sleep in Kwewu, meet them, come back to Accra. For about 2 weeks, I was just going up and down.
Wow.
Yeah.
So have you done all 16 regions yet?
I have covered 220 constituencies.
Okay, so you do constituency, not which could be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Done 220 constituencies.
From south to north.
Yes.
And east to west.
The northern part of Ghana, KJG, Pru, and all those areas I've covered.
Afram Plains and those places.
Setra,
Afram Plains is your side, so.
Kwewu Afram Plains, Setre, Afram Plains. I've covered all those areas.
Is this the first time you have toured Ghana that extensively?
This is the 3rd time.
3rd time.
I did it twice with President Akufo-Addo.
On the national campaign?
Yes.
And then this one is for your own?
My campaign.
So you already know the routes?
Yes.
But still, you would be,
yes.
you'd be tired.
Physically,
it must be.
It's not a joke. And now it's your election. So the mental exhaustion is also on you. When I was with Akufo-Addo, it was his campaign.
So you can rest?
Yes, so you can sleep at night. He has to worry about the team, the people, the welfare, the financial, and get us going in unison. Now it's you. You know, you have to make sure that everything operationally is working well. To ensure success.
Because the buck stops with you, and
Absolutely.
It is your election.
Absolutely.
So it's your funeral.
Yes.
So you
have to organize it properly.
You have to organize it properly. And so you do this tour back to back, you campaign at night. Is it too early to ask, how do you unwind? How do you rest?
Most of the time, I remember one day we drove from Ketekrachi, and then we went up to Bandai.
Okay.
And then we came now because of the Volta Lake.
So from Oti to northern region?
Yes, and then came back down to Hohoi.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow.
And we were now being asked to come and sleep in Accra. But when we got to Hohoi, the people my drivers.
The spirit is willing, but the body
couldn't do it.
Wow.
So Ketekrachi, you go back to the north, and Ketekrachi is sort of south.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So you go to the north because of the Volta River.
Yeah, to go and
you go to the north, and then you come back down to Hohoi, and on the way to Accra, we just couldn't make it.
Cannot.
And we're doing KJB, Jasikan, Nkwanta North, Nkwanta South, KJB, Jasikan, and then into Hohoi. Yeah, that was no joke.
It's important to say that while you are doing all of this, you also cannot be absent in Parliament for more than 15 cities.
No, you can't.
Because they will sack you.
No, once in a while.
How are you able to manage the Parliament?
You take permission.
Okay.
You take permission
okay.
from Mr. Speaker to be absent, and every so often.
But there are times you need to be present,
yes,
or you don't have the numbers.
Today I'll
you
be
need
in
to
Parliament. Today I'll go to Parliament.
Wow.
Since I'm in Accra,
yes.
I'll go to, I'll stop by Parliament.
It's hectic, but why have you gone for this? Why have you, before I even ask you about that, who is Brian?
But, well, for your viewers,
Yes.
maybe.
For those who may not know, so someone is watching us from Tumu in the Sisala East constituency. He has heard that Brian Acheampong is running. He watches face-to-face regularly. So today he has heard that Sanda is hosting Brian. Okay, who is Brian? From the horse's own mouth.
Well, of course, I'm from around here, town, Eastern region, full Ghanaian, Presbyterian, went to school, Presec Legon, went to Upper Sex, sojourned to America, a bachelor's degree, 4 master's degrees, a PhD from Legon, pursuing a second PhD. My Legon PhD is in information systems. I'm doing a second PhD in security and intelligence from University of Buckingham. I'm also an entrepreneur with interest in real estate, hospitality, and IT. The ex-military, U.S. Air Force.
U.S. Air Force, were you driving plane? Because I wanted to be a pilot in my life.
Well, as an Air Force, I'm disciplinarian, a very, very bold leader. I've been a member of parliament for the good people of Abitifi, 4th, 6th parliament, 7th parliament, 8th parliament, and now 9th parliament. I'm still there. I've been a minister of state, office of the president, minister of state, Ministry of National Security, minister of state, Ministry of the Interior, a minister for food and agriculture. Served on many committees, chairman of a few committees, presently the chairman of the security, a ranking member of the Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliament, a member of the ECOWAS Parliament. I've also been an Order of the Star of Volta recipient.
Under Kufuor's administration?
Under Kufuor's administration.
Okay.
Philanthropist. I've done a lots for people.
Under the foundation?
Under the Brian Acheampong Foundation, and also personally.
Okay. Okay. Married, children, number of children?
Of course.
So let's talk about, why have you decided that I want to be president, and by being president, I first need to be the flag bearer of the NPP?
Well, look, first of all, we as a political party, NPP, we have an elections to win. We have an elections to win. We are formed to win an elections. We went into the 2024 elections, and the results that came out of the elections portrayed 2 things. One, that we had a governance challenge, and then we also had a candidate challenge. And the governance challenge was seen from the performance of the parliamentary candidates at their level. And then if you now come to the presidential candidate, in most constituencies of this country, the parliamentary candidates did far better than the presidential candidate in the same constituency, in the same elections, in the same political party. In my case, I did much better than my presidential candidate. Here, down here in Okaikwe South, Dokua lost by 5,000. She lost by 5,000 votes. In the same constituency, our presidential candidate lost by 11,000 votes.
More than twice?
Yes. And that almost cuts across the whole country. So, and if you put all the parliamentary results together, it beats the presidential candidate by almost 350,000 votes. Same elections, same political party, 2 different candidates, presidential, parliamentary. And this has never happened in the country before. In every elections, same party, the presidential candidates do better than an aggregate of the parliamentary candidates. because as a parliamentary candidate, you have local challenges. The first time in 2024, all the parliamentary candidates put together did better than the presidential candidate. 350,000. Dr. Bawumia had 4.8 million. President Mahama had 6.3 million, 2 or 3 million or so. Put together, about 10.1 million. 11.1 million. Our presidential candidate alone got 350,000, less than a parliamentary candidate, 3% of the vote. So it tells you that there was a candidate problem and there was a party problem.
As a politician...
Beyond that, in 2024, 7 regions of this country, presidential, NPP, we could not win a single constituency. In
presidential?
Yes. In 7 regions. John Mahama is from Savannah. Savannah has 7 constituencies. Our candidate is from Northeast, 6 constituencies. President Mahama was able to win 3 constituencies in Northeast. We could not win a single one
in
Savannah. Western region, NPP's stronghold. 2024, presidential, we had 1 constituency out of 17. 1. In Central region, out of 23 constituencies, NPP presidential, we won 2. Abeto, Greater Accra, 34 constituencies. NPP presidential, we had 2 constituencies. Amava, 2. And if you go in the details of the results, we lost we lose 10,000, 20,000. In some constituencies, we lost 40,000 difference. So the question is that, why am I doing it? I'm saying that if you go into the results, it's such that you cannot repeat a candidate, not much will change. Ghanaians will forgive our party for a lot of the wrongs that it did in the past, because it forgave the NDC, it will forgive the NPP. But then you have candidate challenges that we may not be able to surmount.
But there is a counter-argument that the governance issue you talked about is to blame for this defeat you saw. In fact, this 2024 election results is an outlier. It's not something we've seen before. In fact, if you were to even look at the tracking from 92, this election looks different, completely different. And the view is that Ghanaians were angry, and then there was apathy among your own party people. So it's the apathy that resulted in the massive defeat. And it is not as a result of your candidate, but it's apathy against the government in which you were a part of.
Leadership inspires hope. Leader inspires hope.
Even when the situation is so
but
hopeless?
I'm saying leadership. Who thought Trump could win? Leadership inspires hope. That was Akufo-Addo's government. And that was MPP's government. Akufo-Addo was the leader of government. Bawumia was the vice president. I was a member of the government. At any point in time, you step out and you lead. You see, we are taught something in the military. If the leader falls down, any person that steps up to lead at the time, it doesn't matter the rank, becomes the leader until we leave theater. Once you step up to lead, you become the leader, and you have to inspire hope that notwithstanding the good, the bad, or the ugly of this, we're going into a new direction. Okay? Rough seas, Jesus stood up, let it be calm. The leader steps up, okay, provides direction, and the people will follow you. So, yes, 8 years, breaking the 8 is difficult. But don't forget that Akufo-Addo tried to break the 8 of Kufuor. He had 49.7%. 2024, we tried to break the 8 of Akufo-Addo. We had 41%. So I'm saying that, yes, there were governance issues, but the candidate issues, because the NPP vote is there, and you need to be able to inspire the hope. Akufo-Addo was able to inspire that hope, except that we didn't cross the line. But we couldn't inspire that hope. And then we got 41%.
Does it mean that the NPP delegates in their thousands who went to choose a flag bearer the last time made a mistake?
No, they didn't. They were hopeful. They were hopeful.
Because they are the same ones who were voting.
I'm saying that they were hopeful. But that hope has to be nurtured. Jesus Christ fed the hope with miracles. You cannot, you have to inspire the hope. You have to lead the people. You have to run a campaign that drives people to the ballot.
Your flag bearer at the time, many say he did what was humanly possible.
I mean, give me the survey results that says many.
And that
I want to see the results.
And that the only problem was that the situation had become so dire and so bad that there was no way you would be salvaged and saved as a party in government.
But I'm saying
and that you had to go to be punished and taught.
It is why we had a certain vote at the parliamentary level. At the parliamentary level. It is why Dokua, for example, I use it as a proxy for the elections results. It is why Dokua had 5,000, lost by 5,000 votes. But in that same election, same party, the other lost by 11,000.
So he's a candidate.
But I'm saying you could tell the party problem, and then you can also tell the candidate problem.
What do you think was the reason the candidate could not inspire that hope?
Well, I'm saying a lot of them I won't be able to discuss on air. Several of them are captured in the Okwe report, and there's good reason why the party decided not to make the Okwe report public. But a lot of them is captured there, and I'm not clothed to come and say some of them here. So we can rest that matter. But what we cannot rest is the outcome of the results.
So the question is, if you knew at the time and you are a leader, you should have foreseen this challenge as NPP members and you as a person. You should have stood up the last time to contest and say, the situation we are in, Brian Acheampong is the savior. He is the one who can calm the waters. You did not come the last time. Why are you coming now? Are you not coming a little too late now?
We're too late means what? The elections in January 2026.
Yes, but
I'm mounting a campaign.
But as to whether you have sold yourself previously.
Results you'll see the results that come January 31st, 2026. I'm going to win. I'm going to win big.
Okay, but the question still remains: why now? Why 2025 and
what
not,
is important
and not
is that
2023?
What is important is that I'm in now for the elections of 2026. What ifs begin to go into quadratics, and I don't think that's really what we want to do.
What do you say to critics who say, oh, Brian is just testing the waters so that if things don't go well, he would come back in 2028 and 2032, and that for now is just doing commentaries?
Those are not from critics. Those are people making pedestrian comments. I mean, to win the elections.
You're very confident.
Yes.
I'm going against a former vice president. That's big.
We have profiled, not polled, 190,000 delegates profiled. And when I say profile, I mean at City FM, you know where these people belong. You know this person, if elections are held today for who to be general manager, where this person is likely to vote for, who this person is going to vote. You know that.
Yes.
Even when it comes to MPP, NDC, CPP, at City FM, you know where people are likely to vote, and you know who the independents are. Me, I have profiled 190,000 people with military precision. And I can tell you that if the elections are held today, I will win.
The polls, Musa Dankwa has become one of the most trusted pollsters, the Global Info Analytics. You are not doing that well on his rankings.
There are 209,000 people going to vote. According to Musa Dankwa, he's polled 3,000 of them.
Sampling.
No, but I'm saying, in my constituency, that translates to 12 people out of 800. If you poll 12 people in Abitifi out of 800, is it representative?
Yes, if you did it with mathematical precision like the statisticians do, which he said he has done.
If you poll 12 people in Abitifi out of 800, can you predict with that?
It depends on how the sampling was done.
Let's move on.
This is Face to Face on ChannelOne television. My guest is Dr. Bryan Acheampong, NPP flag bearer, aspirant and hopeful. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. When we come back, what is his track record in private life? He's told me that, but in public office, what has he done? For which reason the NPP should entrust him with its flag? Please stay with us. You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on ChannelOne television. My guest is Dr. Bryan Acheampong, MP Abitifi, former minister, NPP flag bearer, aspirant. The titles are plenty, but let me just limit them to that. What is your track record in public office?
Well, I think I listed them.
I mean, so what have you done majorly? Because you are accused of hoarding fertilizers, and because your fertilizer didn't go to the farmer in Tumu or in Hamile, that is why the NPP lost. And this is something that would be...
Who did that?
There are so many things, including the 10 sins of Brian Acheampong, all slapped on your face. And that you
but I'm interested in the first one, but nobody can say that, because that never happened.
As Minister for Agriculture.
You can't even use it as propaganda, because it didn't happen. It never happened. Nothing of that sort happened, so we can kick that. But I don't think that distribution fertilizer is an achievement in itself.
If it's a government intervention, that would be an achievement.
No, it is not an achievement. It cannot be an achievement. Indeed, if I distributed fertilizer efficiently, in itself cannot be an achievement. Okay. It's the food systems that I developed, ensuring that we have a proper food systems that is able to produce for a growing population year on year. What did we do? Major irrigation infrastructure that started under me, expansion of VIA, expansion of Tammany. Tammany was something that John Mahama in his first term had started, a contract of 14 million. My predecessor, Akoto, extended it to 120 million cedis contract. I took it to 1 billion cedis under Tammany, so that we have enough irrigation infrastructure on that scheme to be able to produce food year on year. Almost 20,000 hectares of land that we developed. 10,000 of that was supposed to be under irrigation, to ensure that year on year we are producing food for this country. 3, ensuring that we have enough inputs in the system. In 2023, I made sure that we had almost 3 billion cedis worth of inputs in the system through GOG and the World Bank program, and the private sector landed in this country at a price that was not gorging. And that is why this year you see all these bumper harvests in cereals, because all the inputs that were brought into the country last year, because of the dry spell, were not utilized.
So what we are seeing today is a success of a legacy you left, a foundation you left.
I'm saying that we had the plan, a 5-year food security plan on 10 crops and poultry, which plan, when the NDC came in their Feed Ghana document, which is what effectively a planting for food and jobs phase 3. Okay, because everything in that document is what we have in the PFJ phase 2 document. That is not bad in itself. But I designed a 5-year food security plan, food systems plan. Okay, and we knew the exact grains that will be produced this year, and that is why we were building the first silo to be in Shishi, 100,000 metric tons, to be able to store the grains that was going to come out of this bumper. Every single thing was planned to that detail. Okay, that for me is one of the things that I would call achievements in public service.
But we also remember, before you became Minister for Agric, and even when you became Minister for Agric, there was high price of food commodities or food products on the market.
2023.
To the extent that your ministry became a market center where foodstuffs were being brought to be sold. That's not the kind of agriculture we want to see. We want to see the agriculture where it is easy for you to buy foodstuff in the market at Malamata, at Agbobloshi. I don't have to come to Ministry of Agri to buy plantain.
You talked about food inflation and then you quickly talked about food availability. The question will be confusing. In the food inflation aspect, when I came, food inflation was in the 50s, okay, in 2023. By the time I was leaving, I had brought it down to the low 20s. Now, before I became a minister, I think 2021-22, there was a plantain glut, okay, and because of the lack of processing of those food stuff, we had to find a way, and the transportation challenges, government had to intervene to bring these items to Accra for sale. But that in itself was just an intervention to solve a problem. My program was to develop a food systems that continuously, annually, produces for the citizens, factoring in the population growth over a period. And those systems of irrigation, those systems of planning the inputs required, those systems of planning the farmers, those systems of planning the land, those systems planning the technology to deliver what we consume year on year is what I am talking about. Okay. That is what I did. And
so your track record at Agric. Let's talk about the other ministry you served at, Ministry for National Security.
I was just a Minister of State.
Yes.
In these ministries, there were portfolio ministers in those ministries, and they were responsible for...
But when that ministry was being called to account for some disturbances we saw, you were the one who sat in that chair.
No, it's not true.
The
minister was there to account. As a Minister of State, I was also called.
Yes, so that's what
I'm saying. The National Security Coordinator was called.
Yes. But Brian Acheampong was like seen as a stubborn academy president who everybody wanted to hear from, and people were baying for your blood. I remember that vividly.
I don't know about blood, but I mean, people wanted to hear from me. That in itself is not bad. But to say that I was the one in the chair, about 15 people were interviewed in that process. I was one of them, and it was fair. I think I went through. People felt that I was responsible for certain things. I was being pinned on a comment that I said I did this, and it became obvious that.
Do you think you have been properly cleansed of that tag that was put on you at the time, after you appearing before that committee?
In the minds of who?
Those who were watching, those who were thinking that you were involved and possibly directly involved.
Every single one of them cleansed me. But that's why I went through vetting in Parliament after that. And I had the highest vote. The NDC in Parliament voted for me massively.
Okay. So it's been dealt with. Let's talk about something else. You are from the Eastern region. President Akufo-Addo is from the Eastern region.
Yeah.
You want to be flag bearer of the NPP. Would it work that the same region is going to benefit at the same time? That should it not go to other regions and then come back to Eastern region?
I don't understand that question.
Okay, so
who was the last flag bearer of the NPP?
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from the Northeast region.
So after Mahmoud Bawumia, why can't I be flag bearer?
Why don't you let Okay, so there's this view that there's Dombo, Dankwa, Buzi.
Whose view? Those are archaic.
They don't hold that your party is a national party.
Look, we are moving forward in our life.
That you are a national party built on those three, and that if this one benefits, there's an unwritten rule that lets this.
Aka, Males, Emisata, Nana, 4.
That's NDC.
No, but I'm saying 4. And Atamels from Central Region.
Yes.
NDC, Ghanaians who voted for the NDC and gave them a super majority in parliament.
Because
we are not electing a flag bearer. We are electing somebody that can win elections.
But
Ghanaians have taught us that they are beyond this regionalism. They are looking for competence.
But
they are looking for delivery.
But we always consider
bold
these things.
Leadership. If the Ghanaians considered this, they wouldn't consider NDC after selecting 5 vice presidents from the Central Region.
Because NDC is Rawlings' party.
No, but I'm
NPP
saying,
is three-people party.
The electorate are Ghanaians.
Yes.
I said the NDC has selected 5. I'm saying that 5 vice presidents have come from the Central Region. Okay, a president has come from the Central Region. That is not an issue. It tells me that Ghanaians are not thinking about that. In any case, the current president is from the northern half of Ghana. Are you saying that after that we cannot go back to the north?
It's an unwritten rule.
But no. So are you writing Baumia off?
No.
That's be a terrible thing to do.
I am saying that it's an
unwritten
rule. That's in the NDC.
Rule. An unwritten rule that what?
That once you go north, you come
can't
south.
go back.
No, you come south and then go north.
Please, make sure
and
that
then in the NPP too, the same thing applies. No, I'm not cutting. I'm saying to you that it's an unwritten rule that is discussed.
If it goes
that.
Well, are we talking about flag bearer? Or
it's the same thing. You're ultimately going to be president.
Exactly.
That's what you're working at.
Exactly. What are you talking about? Presidency or flag bearer?
Flag bearer leading to presidency.
One is ultimate.
Yes.
The ultimate is to choose a flag bearer who becomes president.
Yes, but the point is that, so you've chosen one, that side has not been served yet. So allow that side to be served before the thing rotates to the other regions.
You are talking about within NPP.
Yes, within NPP.
We NPP as a political party, we exist to win elections with the best candidate.
You don't care where the candidate comes from.
No, who do you? Nobody does. We want to win elections, and at any elections, we will put our best foot forward.
There's a view that NPP is an Akan party. Do you agree?
We're a national party. We have votes from everywhere in this country.
Do you think you can win an election as NPP without a candidate being Akan?
Yes.
You believe so?
Yes.
The issue of endorsements, we are told that former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo supports you. Is it true?
I'll be very happy if he does. He has not told me.
He has not told you.
He has not said it anywhere. But I'm campaigning throughout the country.
Who is endorsing you? We've seen members of parliament endorse one candidate.
How many of them?
No, I mean, I don't want to use number. I'm just saying that, but we've seen many of them.
You are generalizing into a certain propaganda.
No, let me land. We have seen communication being put out. Oh, so many people have endorsed this person. So many people have endorsed this person. Who are the people endorsing Dr. Bryan Acheampong?
I have been endorsed more than all the endorsements that you have seen.
In Parliament?
But how many parliamentarians have endorsed somebody? How many of them? How many of them? There are 209,000 delegates. How many, if you put all the endorsements publicly that have come out, DCs, MPs, individuals, coordinators.
MPs.
I'm saying, if you put every endorsement publicly that have been made by me, by my supporters, publicly, by Kennedy supporters, publicly, by Bawumia supporters, publicly, Educhum and Kennedy, Acheampong, all the endorsements that has been made publicly, if you put it all together, it is not up to 500.
What's your point?
My point is that there are 209,000 delegates
Who are all directly connected to these 500
No, it is
people?
not true. It is not true.
Do the 500 people not play roles?
Not about the 500.
If you're an MP, for instance, do the people in your constituency not subscribe to you?
No. In the last election, my constituency, I supported one candidate. Close boys, as we call them, of mine. I asked them to go and vote for a particular candidate. They didn't.
They said they won't do it?
They said they would do it. On the grounds, I saw them doing something different.
So it's not automatic that if an MP supports a candidate, the whole constituency supports.
No! Why would we then even waste our time? We will focus on just getting the MPs. Absolutely not.
You went around the regions. You have given me earlier statistics suggesting that you did not fare well as a party in the last election in certain regions. I'm interested in that statistics. Your point is that it's the candidate that causes defeat. And yet, we have also seen regions where you have lone MPs. For instance, where Dr. Gideon Boaku is, he's the only MP from that region.
It would be unfair to even misquote me.
Did I misquote you?
That the candidate caused the elections. I'm saying that
defeat.
He takes some responsibility for the defeat. Now, but in the record of 2024 is the record of the party and the record of the candidate. Do you understand? And in 7 regions of this country, presidential, 7, NPP did not get a single constituency, 1. But in those 7 constituencies, we won some parliamentary seats. But we could not win a single constituency in 7 regions. Volta, Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Bruno East, Western North. We could not win a single constituency. MPP's Western region, presidential, 17 constituencies, presidential, we only won 1. 1. Central, 23 constituencies. Presidential, we won 2. Greater Accra, 34 constituencies. Presidential, we won 2. 2. Parliamentary, we won 5. But presidential, we only won 2 constituencies in 34 constituencies. Our candidate is from Northeast, 6 constituencies. John Mahama is from Savannah, 7 constituencies. John Mahama came to Northeast and won 3 of the 6. We couldn't win a single one in Savannah. We have 88 seats in parliament. We had. In the presidential, we only won 77 constituencies. 199 constituencies in this country. Presidential, we couldn't win 1. 199. The record and the scale of loss when you go in is difficult. You see, Akufo-Addo lost. And I'm one of the people that supported him to go again. And it was simple. From Kufuor, even if they lose elections, their vote trajectory is north. Kufuor lost 1996. He got more votes than Edubuahin. We repeated in 2000. He won. In 2004, Kufuor got more votes than he got in 2000. But he couldn't go again. In 2008, we brought Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo's votes were more than what Kufuor got in 2004. It went up. So we repeated him in 2012. Akufo-Addo's vote in 2012 went up more than what he got in 2008. We repeated him in 2016 and he won. And if you remember, Akufo-Addo's votes in 2020 was more than what he had in 2016. At the peak, 6.7 million votes. In 2024, Akufo-Addo and Kufuor, they lost elections. But at all times, their votes went up. In 2024, at the peak of Akufo-Addo's 6.7 million votes, even if we're going to lose, we registered 2 million additional people. The vote should get to 7 million, 7.1. Then we know that we went up, but we still lost. Umaru, we dropped from 6.7 to about 4.6 or 4.8 million. 1.9 million vote loss, or 2 million loss from Akufo-Addo's vote.
So this cannot make a case for the repetition of a candidate. That's what you're saying.
But not worse is that the 2 million new registered voters, we couldn't win one. So everybody loses, their votes go up. You lose, you drop. So badly that the risk of curing the governance challenges people forgiving us may not apply to the candidate. Like Musa Dankwa said, the challenges that cause the candidate to lose are structural. And I'm quoting Musa Dankwa. And if you listen, you interviewed Napo.
Yes, I did.
And he told you that, he asked you a question. Did the candidate bring the votes from the north?
Yeah, he said that.
The vice president candidate asking you, did the presidential candidate, the 7 constituency regions, the 7 regions that we did not win a single constituency, 5 of them are from the northern half of Ghana. Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Bunu East. 5, northern half of Ghana. We could not win a single constituency presidential.
When they say that the NPP's defeat was as a result of governance, part of which you agree with, and that governance included all of you, and that you should take responsibility, Akufo-Addo should take the bigger responsibility, Bawumia was just a planqué mate, and so you can't really blame him, he wasn't directly involved. Would you agree with such a comment?
No, I don't. I'm saying that somebody becomes leader.
So everything, does everything get extinguished because of that?
Akufo-Addo was not a candidate. A new candidate must inspire hope. A new candidate must take responsibility of things that did not go well.
Okay. This is Face to Face on ChannelOne Television. Dr. Brian Acheampong wants to be flag bearer of the NPP. He says to me that on 31st January 2026, he's going to sweep the vote. I'm going to ask him when we come back what his national agenda is, so that after NPP people vote for him and he becomes flag bearer, what is he going to sell to Ghanaians? Does he have that national appeal? What is his base, or what is his constituency? Please stay with us. Yeah, welcome back. This is Face to Face on ChannelOne Television. What is your message to NPP delegates? Why are you, when you go and meet them, what do you tell them?
We need a unifier.
A unifier.
Somebody that,
look. Means you are not united as a party now.
Thank you, Thor. They threw one out of the bus. Thank you, Thor. You saw that? You heard that?
Yeah, continue.
They threw one of the bus. That your voice is what got us to lose the election. Get off the bus. Okay? Do you think that if he wins, the other candidate will help him win 2028? I don't think so. Yesterday, on one of the TV stations, UTV, they asked a presidential aspirant, if the other candidate wins, will you help him win 2028? He said, no answer.
Will you?
100%. 100%. I signed a document to that effect. You know, so, and our party...
So you're the one who will unite the party?
Unite both candidates.
Because you believe that the party is disunited.
Yes, and I assure party delegates that I will restore discipline in our party.
You are threatening the people. You want to be soldier man on their head. That's
it's
what.
Not soldier man.
So what is discipline?
What the things that are going on in our political party, there's nowhere on earth can those things happen and you win an elections.
Such as what?
Indiscipline. Everybody talking, insults, regardless of the platform.
Kabima mean kabi democracy. You want to fight that?
Yankase didi atemna min dibi.
Say na kasa.
Kabima min kebi. Decorum. Respecting that you are part of a political party.
Is that not the work of national chairman, national secretary?
But I'm saying that
why should the flag bearer be the one to do that?
You become one of the leaders of the party. There should be discipline. And somebody must drive that discipline. And I intend to.
What about, continue.
I intend to run an election where everybody becomes a part of it and relevant. A lot of our people felt disenchanted. They didn't feel a part of the elections of 2024. Nobody reached out to them. Nobody provided resources for them to do the work. I assure them that I'll make them relevant. I also assure them that resources for the elections, I will ensure that it gets to the polling station. That's where the elections are.
Were people hoarding resources?
But I'm even up to now, people are hoarding campaign material.
But how would you be able to deal with all of that?
Leadership and accountability. Umaru, if I drive an instruction that this thing must get to Umaru, I make sure. I make sure in management, people will do what you inspect, not what you expect.
So you would inspect?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will provide the leadership that get results.
That is your message to NPP delegates. What about your message to Ghanaians? So why should Ghanaians be interested in you as flag bearer? Why should Ghanaians who possibly may not have NPP card pray that you are voted for? Because why? What will Brian do for Ghana?
We need to transform our society. We need bold, decisive leadership. One who's gone through the mill of business and understand what it takes to create jobs, generate revenue, and expand infrastructure. One who has gone through the mill of managing employees, the large organizations. One who's gone through the mill of managing complex institutions and organizations. Where we are as a people, Umaru, a lot of our people who even claim to be employed are totally underemployed, underpaid, okay? Just that they don't have a choice. We need to transform our society. People must be more productive than we are today. A lot of men, women are wasting away. I've seen a lot of people joining professions because there's no opportunity. We need to create a system of opportunity where talent can be harnessed.
It's good you mentioned business, a man who owned and ran businesses. This your business was in the news prior to the elections because I've gone to Rock City Hotel. It's a beautiful place. Spend the night there on the Heritage Caravan. In fact, 2 nights. It's very lovely, and especially where you do the discotheque jams. It's club, nice. But your company, was said to be engaging in cannibalizing state property. And this was one of the major campaign messages used by the opposition against you. Would you agree that that decision of yours, even though it was done by your corporate side, was an issue of indiscretion?
I think your languages, your English application of English language is cannibalizing.
Oh, how?
But because, first of all, the transaction started in 2021 when I was not a minister.
But you're a member of parliament.
Yes.
Your party was in power.
Conflict
of interest is an interesting subject that you and I don't know about.
Zero issues of conflict of interest. This transaction, in any case, started, Senate was looking for partners in 2011. Thompson's days. They didn't get partners. The issue came about again in 2017. They were not successful in getting partners. It came up in 2021, where they advertised looking for international companies to come and partner them. 14 companies placed a bid. My company was part of that. It's run independently from me. I knew about the bid. I was very happy that they had the capacity to, and I supported the bid. They placed a bid. 2021 also. 2022, there was no issues. They went through, they were shortlisted in 2022. 3 companies were shortlisted. In 2023, they were still going through the process. There were no issues until my name came up for vice president.
So it was
for consideration. Then it became an issue.
Running mates.
Running mate. Then it became an issue.
Somebody went to choke you?
Let me leave it there.
Oh, maybe you should mention the name for me. Now that the election is over, let me know who went to choke you. That Brian is buying hotel.
Brian is not buying a hotel.
Brian's company is buying hotel.
No, Brian company sought to partner. But nobody was buying.
Yeah, so my point is that ultimately the campaign from the NDC led by some who Black was that you are selling state assets. These people have done before, you are doing it again.
The company, those who on our side masterminded the thing, underestimated, they thought that immediately they were done with it, they could now put a leash on their assigns.
They didn't think.
Well, maybe they didn't think through it. And there was some spillover. But there was nothing illegal about.
And there was nothing indiscretionary.
No, absolutely.
Given another opportunity, you would approve for your company to do what it did.
Where the opportunity arises from.
If the same situation came again,
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
You see, in 2021, I was not a minister when the company opted to join a bid, a public tender.
No, what I'm saying is that this matter blew up in what, 2023, 2024?
2024.
Okay. I'm saying that
had gone through a mail.
So I'm saying that if the issues were reversed, I mean, if we got another situation and you were in government, whether as MP or minister, and your company wanted to bid like, would you approve for them to go ahead, or you would say that you didn't?
If I am a minister,
yes,
I will not approve for my company.
Okay. If
I am a minister.
But if you are an influential NPP member of parliament in an NPP government, you don't mind.
But if a government...
MP for Kwehu traditional area.
But if a government is selling something and there's absolutely no conflict of interest, full disclaimer.
Disclosure.
Full disclosure. There's absolutely nothing. There's an Indian, there's a Lebanese, there's a Ghanaian.
You would go ahead.
And the Ghanaian happens to be me. The Ghanaian happens to be a company that I am connected with. And there's no conflict of interest. You be the judge. We have to go now. How many languages do you speak? A few. A few. About which ones? Mention them. Watch it. Moko watch it. I come and dream. Moko na kana. What other language do you speak? Uyoga, okay. Ntoni owishame afi bola ke won ya bolonya wo seji bolonya wo ntoni owishame. Alo ba yo etwi. Na be gama obake wo obake be ke sane ba he akeje obake we bola ka inyemi me bolonya ba mi panye fani wo fe dana fika ye bolonya be sane pi ebami accidents ke traffic accidents ke walani ayeni dane akwese no ni baba afine blonya ni wo ba ye wo fe wo soli ni no fiano ni wo ba fe wo Felix koni saniko kabase wo akudo chone ojogba. Akudo ochonie ojogba. Stia. Ihe ya baby. Wake hale ni eke ya wale eke wa share. No,